Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning's Messages of Love from Above. So happy to be here and hope everyone's having an amazing weekend. Before we get started into the readings, I enjoy sending love out to the world. And if you'd like to join me, whether you're watching this on replay or live, we can join together outside of space and time and send this love out to the world. So I'm going to take a big, deep breath, come back to right here, right now. And just letting that love flow down into our heart, fill us up, and then flow out to the world, moving across every continent, every body of water, through the air, filling up the entire planet into a giant ball of love energy, sparking every heart, every source higher and higher in love vibration. And if you yourself are in need of unconditional love energy for your mind, your heart, for your body, for healing, for a loved one, for a relationship, a situation, whatever it may be, we send this love to you right now as well. Just take it in like a giant hug from the universe, like a plant or tree takes in sunlight from the sun. Just absorb it like a giant sponge and allow it to do what it wants to do within your body, within your being. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that and allowing the space for that as well. And before we get into the readings, I do like to let everyone know I have a drawing every single Monday for giveaways. Here's the link for the video that I put out on Tuesday. Every Tuesday, I do put out a video saying what I'm going to be giving away the following Monday, how you can get into the drawing and or drawings, and uh, any other giveaway news. So if you're interested in getting into that, you can do that there. Let me see. I think my camera is a little off center there. All right, there you go. Adjusting. Part of that, it does include the monthlies, which you will find out there for June. Um, and even though, and here's the playlist for June, it also included the summer and winter solstice. So it's good for the next, 2 to 3 months. It will be the last month I'm doing monthlies for a while. I'm going to be investing my energy into other projects. So I felt that monthlies were have done their purpose for now. So that'll be the last month for those. So enjoy those. You still have the information for a couple months, though, right? All right. And then each week I do put out a pick a card reading with messages from spirit and at least one. And here is the one from this last week, which was who can use your help and how can you help them? It was really interesting. I really enjoyed this one even more than normal. So I like those. And one of the projects that I've been working on as well has been these Take 10 with Zen, which is a video series where every week I take a subject that has to do with connecting to spirit or ourselves or answering questions from my subscribers, and they're 10 minutes or less. And it's just one a week. The first week was dimensions, the second week was spirit guides, and then this one was is love real? So all of those were questions and recommendations from subscribers. So be sure to check those out if those subjects are drawing you in there. All right. I think those were everything I wanted to talk about. So let me shrink these things down here and get my desktop all set up. Let me move my coffee as always, because my hands start flying and so does the coffee. All right. And if you are new to my channel, or new to these readings, welcome. I have a wonderful soul family here, full of individuals with huge hearts and great senses of humor. So, welcome to the party, and glad to have you here. How the readings work, the free readings, I go down in order, first come, first serve, down the chat. There's no special list. The chat is the mighty list, and and if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading or for guidance, and Spirit knows what you're looking for, and we'll just pull cards for that. If anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange and I step out of the free readings and prioritize those, dive deeper, pulling more cards too. And then I return back to the free readings and move down list, usually on for a couple hours. Uh, so I try to get through as many free readings as I can. But if you do want to make a donation to make sure I get to your reading, you can use the super chat at the bottom of the chat here. Also, in the pinned comment at the top and the description box of the video, I have my Cash App, my Venmo, my PayPal, and my Square. So you can just make a donation. I don't have a set dollar amount. I know everyone's finances vary from day to day, person to person, country to country, planet to planet, wherever you're from. And so I don't look at that. Whatever you feel you're able to, I know that you're giving what you're able to. So that is what we have there for you. And I am going to continue to use this beautiful deck, Circle of Life Tarot. I like the front of the cards too. Very, very pretty. And then also the Ravenous Dracon Tarot, Soleil, like the traveling circus, but it's not. All right, so I do have a couple donations to start off first, and then I will get into the free readings. So thank you so much, Love1234, for your advanced donation. So we will do that, and then always Victory. You will be up next. I am doing well. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. So, you can watch later, absolutely. That is normal. A lot of people do that, put their questions up and then come back later, which is totally acceptable. You don't It's not like a lottery or something where you have to be present to win. So, I like it. All right. So, let me just shuffle these and we'll get into your question here. Okay. So, this is the first part of your question. This is gonna be a yes or no. Okay, and then that's a yes or no. And then what else they want you to know here? Anything else here? All right. So the first part of your question about them, we got the 10 of wands here, which this feels like an ending and a new beginning here. And it doesn't feel, I mean, it feels fiery, it feels very energetic, but it doesn't feel like something to worry about here. I just feel like there's a lot of stress, a lot of stuff going on. So I feel like it just feels like their body is stressed out. And I don't feel like it's what you're mentioning there. I think it's more, when we wear out our bodies. I think it's something more along there. Of course, anything medical, always have to say that I'm not a licensed professional, and everyone should always seek professional, um, you know, um licensed professionals, whether it's medical, lawyers, psychology, counseling, whatever. Tarot is designed for entertainment purposes only, and everyone ultimately makes their own decisions. So I have to say that disclaimer. But I feel like that's more what it feels like there. It just feels like exhaustion and then what comes with that in the human body when we're exhausted. And then um for you, you've got the 3 of swords, which is fears and all this. I don't feel like, it's what again, what you're I feel like you both are very, very stressed, and so I don't feel like it is what is coming through, like what the fear is, because this is like fears and expectations equal disappointment, and but these are the, dun dun dun, these thoughts and beliefs and mindsets and the things that scare us, right? And I feel like this scare is, they're like, you don't have to worry about it. Well, I have three other cards we'll look at here just to get the final boop, boop. But this feels like, no, it's like this would be a disappointment, which is interesting. This is like a negative result, which is in some cases is a positive outcome, right? So I feel like we're okay here, and I'm gonna take a look here. Yeah, yeah, because we've got the magician here. Wherever we focus our energy is what grows and expands. So just making sure whatever we are focusing our energy on, are we focusing on fears? Then we draw things in. If we focus on gratitude, we draw in different energy. So that is stepping into the power. And here's the King of Cups, balancing heart and mind. So it's like they're calm yourself, right? And we have the Five of Cups, which does tell us here too, transforming emotions, because when we focus on the spilt cups, the lower vibrational energies, that is what we draw in, but we have the power of emotional choice. And I feel like the whole situation, whenever this comes in, right, it's like, okay, what does this mean? What am I afraid of? It brings up a lot of situations. Every moment is for us, right? And we have these situations that, even if it doesn't end up being what we were worried about, it definitely brings up our fears. It brings up things for us so that we can see it. And we don't face those fears unless something, rattles and shakes it up. It's like a pond, a very still pond, until someone throws a giant boulder in it and the soot comes up. You don't even realize there's all this soot and stuff that's floated to the bottom of, the pond, and you can scoop some of that out to have a cleaner, clearer pond too. So I just feel like there's this awareness around this coming in, but I don't feel concerns here. I don't feel worry. Yeah, got temperance, balancing things out. Be patient, allow things to unfold as they will, right? So, but I don't feel any big alarms going off there. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. So take a deep breath. Where are you investing your energy, right? Um, and what fears are coming up. It's a good time to look at all that. So that's what's coming through. So many blessings to you. Hang in there, schnookums. All right. All right, so always victory. You will be up next, and then I did get your donation, Nicole, so you'll be up after that. So always victory. You'd like guidance on where you are on the path to ending the chaos. How are other parties feeling? Psychic tarot and law of positivism. Those are great ones, aren't they? So let's do psychic tarot and law of positivism. All right. And I feel like we're going to start off with the law of positivism. So we'll start there. And thank you for your donation. If I did not, thank you for that. I'm still kind of waking up. If you ever had, like, I had a night of dreams. I felt like I dreamt from when I fell asleep to when I woke up. I even woke up, fed the dogs because my host is out of town, and I went back to sleep for a while because they like being fed early, and still I'm like, wow, I feel like I'm dreaming still. Oh my gosh. These cards love talking to you, always victory. Because you've got this card here that says, I am calm and safe in the midst of chaos. Exact wording that you've used. Card 23. Boom shakalaka. So let's read this here. So life is a cycle of ups and downs, a constant ebb and flow of energy and activity. Sometimes our inner calmness is disturbed by world events, news, relationships, careers, and so on. Most importantly, we could be surrounded by others in a chaotic state and take it on as our own. Now is the time to get stable as a tree with firm roots. You can't make this up. The world is ever changing. Only the source of everything, which is also you, is only unchanging, eternal, and infinite. And we talk about that, right, with the Four of Pentacles, how the outside world is very unstable. And when we're defining ourselves by the outside world things, we feel unstable. But that's retail price. And then you turn inward and upward to find this unchanging, stable, eternal, unconditional love that is our foundation. And it says, all that you can observe doesn't have to become one with you. These senses are not permanent as they dissolve when we die and in non dreaming deep sleep. The unchanging, stable observer who has been with you from birth is eternal. When we start observing the world and our life like a dream or a movie, we start understanding that there's no need to identify with the world, but to return to the divine. Now is the time to find inner calm and safety amidst the chaos. And I was just talking about dreaming too. Wow. So there's an observing exercise that can possibly help. I will read it here. So this practice helps release any attachment to drama. So this is good for all of us. So it says, look at your right hand and then your left hand and affirm, I have two hands. I am not my hands. I like it. Look at your feet and affirm, I have 2 feet. I am not my feet. And continue repeating the affirmation with everything you can observe on your body, the items in your room, and your thoughts and emotions. Wow, I am not my thoughts. I am not my emotions. I am not, well, this, right? And it says, think about the chaos perceived by your senses and repeat. I am not the chaos. I am not the drama. I am not the fears. I am that which is observing all of this. I release the attachment now. And it's capital N, capital O, capital W. I release the attachment now. Wow. And we've got the thunder and lightning that's happening up here, the chaos, right? And it says, thunder is what this represents. And it says, the symbol means emotional storms followed by peace and ease. Just, I just always cracks me up. These cards, you just have this oracle, especially, just love you. All right, and then let's take a look here at the Psychic Tarot Oracle deck and see if we get the Four of Pentacles, or maybe I already chose that one. Yeah, you can ask for whatever you want. Absolutely. All right. And you got the nine, the fulfillment of wishes. Should be the nine of cups, I believe. Yeah, the green are cups. So this card, being one, if not the most positive of the minor arcana cards, represents emotional satisfaction, contentment, and enjoyment. Your wishes are coming true. Are you ready? Happiness, success, good health, completion, and accomplishment of your dreams and goals are in the palm of your hand. And this card acts as a reminder to hold on to the beneficial feelings from accepting and receiving what you've asked or strived for. Know that these will assist you in the future when you may need inspiration and positive energy. This is the right time to heal those past memories that have been holding you hostage. Forgive others and yourself so that your wishes, desires, and goals have a clear, unobstructed path to your heart, your soul, and your life. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. I feel like it's forgiving others and yourself so that your wishes, desires, and goals have a clear, unobstructed path to your heart, soul, and life. It's like it's all in your hands. And, you know, one of the things with chaos is if we have our energy focused on the story of chaos, then we're inviting more chaos in and we're feeding the chaos, right? Because every moment is either this wonderful nine of cups wishes come true and this wonderful love and joy and peace and happiness, everything that it was talking about, right? And then when we are observing the world, like I love that they have like this person observing a thunder, a storm coming in. I love um non-sunny weather. 'Cause sunny feels normal. I like it's probably my Aquarius energy. I like the odd and the weird and so I love watching a storm come in. But when you talk about weather, it's one of the things because, like, I love snow and especially when social media came out. Yes, exactly. I could live in Seattle if it wasn't so darn expensive. But I always tell people I love the cloudy. I could live in dark, overcast, rainy, and here I'm in Colorado where, it's like one of the most sunniest places, that has there's always sunshine sometime usually. Um like a large percentage of the time. But when social media came out, it was like this um awareness that not everyone thinks about the weather the same because I'd be like, "It's snowing," then rah, 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 grr, rah, rah, like, "Oh, look at the storm. Ah, rah, 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 rah," and so it's really interesting, with all of that yeah, could be, right. Yeah, and that's the thing is, like, it's not the weather isn't doing what I want it when it's convenient for me, and that's where everything happens in our life. That's where our stories of the supposed to be, the should be, the need to be, the have to be, the must be is like, okay, um, we try to control the world, and that's when we feel chaos, right? That's when we feel the world is like this huge storm because it's not behaving the way I think it should. And I always liked it because, with the weather, it's like we're not Storm from the X-Men. "I'm controlling the weather. I'm controlling the weather." It's like it's out of our control, so we can either, complain about it raining outside or run out and play in the rain. I loved the example of that, and so, there is this, yeah, exactly. You just like yeah, or just sit inside and watch it, as I get older, I'm like, I used to love going out in the snow. Now I enjoy watching the snow from inside with a nice cup of coffee, But it is about, you know, and so when we see the outside world, we don't see um, it as it is. We see how the story we're defining it. That's our choice. I can choose how I look at something. I can choose how I look at a flat tire. I can choose, because it could be like I could have been saved from a speeding ticket or from getting in a fatal wreck or that I run into someone and kill someone and have to live, with that all my life or I'm delayed and I bump into someone I haven't seen in a long time. It's like it's like this whole thing of trusting that everything is unfolding for me. And it takes some big cojones, to say that I trust that everything is unfolding for me. Whoa, who do you think you are? Right. But I'm like, but it's unfolding for everyone, not just me, but for everyone. And even my dad, when I visited him in Hawaii, and I was like, oh my gosh, they went to multiple churches and every one of them I'm like, that message was exactly what the creator and I are talking about. It was for me. And my dad was like, you really think that the creator had this message come through that pastor specifically for you? I'm like, well, not just me, because they can multitask, but they definitely spoke to me through them, and I know that they do that. And my dad was kind of blown away a little bit that you would believe that the creator knows you and thinks of you that much. And I'm like, oh yeah, they're heavily involved in our lives, right? So there is this message that comes through all this, and I feel like this is just for more than just you and me, but that when we feel like life is happening to us, we get to experience the victimhood of life and the chaos, right? We definitely, if you look at the outside world thinking, it's not being what I think it should be, it's like trying to control trying to herd cats. Impossible. It's just no way, right? Um, and there's this, um, the way of looking at it all, that if we let go of the control of the outside world and we realize I get to decide what everything means and feels and what energy I'm investing and what actions I put, and I let everyone else's choices and reactions and actions go. That's like being in the eye of the storm. It's so calm. It's like a hurricane in the eye. You can even see sunshine sometimes because that's the big eye, and you can see the storm raging out here. But we've got this, energy, this peace that we have within the inside. And we came here to experience chaos because we don't have that back home. We came down here, so there's nothing wrong with that. But when we're done feeling it, we know we can move to the eye and go, I'm just going to watch the storm, get my popcorn, and watch the chaos going on. And it's just like, it doesn't have to be taken on you like that first card mentioned. You don't have to take all that chaos of the outside world on yourself. You can reframe your story that you're putting to what's going on. And like we were saying, the more I focus on that there's chaos going on in the world, it seems like chaos grows. But when I start focusing on the unconditional love that's in the world, I start seeing a more loving world, because not only does love grow within my life, we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. So as I change, I see the outside world change around me too. So I like it always victory. What a great message. I appreciate um this because it really helps. I feel like me, and I feel like more people too. So thank you again for your donation, and appreciate you. So, all right. And I think Nicole, you were up next here. So let me just pop that over here. All righty. Just to make sure my email, there it goes. Okay. So, Nicole, thank you for your donation. Good morning to you. And oh, should I take? Let's see, should I take a trip this weekend as planned? At first, I don't know why. It's like how your eyes will put words together. I, I saw fake. Should I fake this weekend as planned? I'm like, no, no, no. So let's take a look here, Nicole, and see what Spirit has for you. All right, let's see what we have going on here. All right. Cards are flying. All right, let's see what they have here for you. All right. I feel like with the cards that are coming in here, I mean, we've got cups on one side and wands on the other, and in the middle we got the 7 of Pentacles. Now, the 7 of Pentacles can mean, wait, the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit. And I want to get clarification on here because we've got some great cards on either side, and um and I'm wondering if is that like if you stay or if you go. And it's not telling me. So let's get some clarity. Please, 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 please. All right. Okay. So I like this. The clarity. I had to clarify the clarity because what came out first was the 9 of Swords, which is nightmare, insomnia. This is about letting the fears go, and you even have the Knight of Swords, which is movement and changing of the fears. And you've got dreams come true. You've got the Star card coming in here, wishing upon a star card as well. So I like this here because the this just tells me that the 7 of Pentacles is about the waiting, the fears of delay of different things, whatever the fears were, whatever the any anxiety or anxiousness that comes up, that it's time to go ahead and face it and move forward. Go ahead and take the trip, do the take this trip the week as planned, because you do have the Page of Cups, which is new, exciting, fulfillment of love, and the Ten of Cups, overflowing emotion in positive ways here. So there's a lot of joy that's possible here. And then also on the other side, you have the wands. You have the Four of Wands, which is joy, celebration, gatherings, and the Six of Wands, which is celebration, victory, balanced energy. So fours and sixes and tens, all of that's balanced energies. And I feel like it's like, um, the power that we have, um, if we focus on our fears, then we're gonna draw in. It's like if someone's fearing they're gonna have a bad vacation or a bad trip, they're gonna have a bad trip, right? Because they're focused on the energy of like, I just know it is. We fulfill that prophecy, right? By our powerful energy of what we draw in. But if we focus on that, wow, I can make my dreams come true and I can have this wonderful experience, and this is our focus, then that's what we're going to have as well. So that's why I like the 7 of Pentacles coming in, because they are saying that the time of waiting is over. Um, if you it's interesting. I never have looked at the 7 of Pentacles this way, but this is what they're saying. Because the 7 of Pentacles can be if you plant something and your wishes start coming true, but you're like, you know, uh, they sometimes will talk about planting a big orchard of apples because everyone else wanted apples and apple fritters and apple sauce and apple pie and blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, so you have all this orchard, like you make all these plans because this is what everyone else wants to do. And then the apples start, fruiting. That's what you at that, the harvest. And you're like, I'm not really into apples. You can switch and change your plans amongst the trip to do what you're wanting to do. And you can have this dream. You don't have to expend all of your energy doing what everyone else wants, right? There's this, I want guacamole, and darn it, I'm gonna, even if it's like, well, you know what? I'll keep half an orchard of apples because I do care about people and I want to give them that stuff. That brings me joy. So, but I'm gonna trade in a half of the orchard for half an orchard of avocados, so I can also have guacamole. So I like this. It feels very It feels like an adventure. It feels like a great learning experience too, because you're able to put yourself first and adjust it. If you're doing stuff that you're not enjoying, change it up. What do you want to do? Make sure that is also in the picture there. So I like it. It feels very positive. I mean, all these joy and celebration and balancing cards. So I feel like it's a time for you to stand up and do some things you want to do too. Even if other people are like, I don't want to do that, say, well, you know what? We're doing that because you like that. So I would like to do this. Even if I have to go do it by myself, you guys don't need to come along, if other people are on the trip or involved. So but I like this. It's about you and I like it. So that's what's coming through, Nicole. So many blessings to you. Enjoy your trip if you choose to continue to do that. I feel like Spirit saying, continue forth, and I like this view of it too. All right. So many blessings to you. No, Kritika, I have not started the free readings. I'm about to do that right now. So since that was the last donation, so we're scrolling to the top here. And so Rishi will be my first one. It looks like Kritika, you are number two. So you'll be up next, unless I get donation in between. All right. So Rishi, hello, hello. You'd like a general reading? Absolutely. Let's take a look here and see what Spirit has for you. All right. So you do have the Two of Cups, and the Two of Cups does represent that there's an important relationship that's heading your way here. And this can be romantic, it can be like a best friend, it can be a reconnection with a family member that's an important relationship that you haven't had in a long time. And also it can be a relationship with spirit, with your higher self too. So there is this energy here of togetherness, and it can be both spiritual and physical, because generally the spiritual and the inside does also reach out to the outside world. Can even be a relationship with your inner child, but there's an important relationship, and it's important for your heart, for this opening, to allow this other, whoever this other is, to be this for you, to be this wonderful mirror, to be this wonderful partner for you in your journey. Because sometimes I know we can feel like we're alone, but we're not. And I feel like this is them saying, one, you are not alone. And there is like designed divine counterparts, both on the spiritual world and with you, with your inner child, of course, but your human and an outside world too, that there's um, some sort of important relationship. Like it says, it doesn't have to be romantic, but there's a significant important relationship that is on the horizon. It's like happening now, um, within this next week. It feels like it's so fresh and it's so immediate that's coming in. So I like it for you, Rishi, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings to you. All right, Kritika, you are up next. Good morning, everybody. So, Kritika, you want to know, does your crush, Arnav, do they like you? And when can you expect communication from them? All right, let's take a look here and see what the spirit wants you to know. All right, so this is, well, we've got the Three of Cups here, so it seems like that they do like you, but they also like someone else. The Three of Cups, this energy of three parties involved. So I feel like they're not like dedicated to just one person. I feel like they are just kind of allowing themselves to experience a variety of different people. Um, expect communication from them. They have the Nine of Wands here, which feels like an energetic block. The Wands is our drive, our ambition, our passions, but the Nine of Wands will be like nine wands that are having this. There's like this block, this barrier, like a forest field that's keeping them from coming to you and from you to going to them, which it can be on both sides or just on one side, but it has to do with these beliefs about worth and these beliefs about lovability and this out of balance giving and receiving. We talk about it sometimes with the Six of Pentacles, where when we go back and look at our earlier childhoods, usually 7 years and younger, when our emotional child is being developed and learning and growing and coming up with its rules, its emotional rules, because it feels an emotion and then it creates stories around it. And so when we're younger, there's usually parents are usually the usual suspects, but it can be like grandparents or other siblings or relatives or coaches or teachers, whoever it was that they meant so much to us, and we felt we had to do so much, like give them 1,000 love coins and us get one love coin back. And this real out of balance giving and receiving, we didn't know any better. We're children, right? We're like, well, it seems good. At least I got one coin. And then it seeps down into our subconscious. And then that impacts our schooling, our work, our relationships with family, our romantic relationships, friends, where we feel like maybe even consciously we want to receive, but it feels like there's this barrier, this Nine of Wands, and we're like, "But I want it. Why am I not everything I do, it just feels like it goes nowhere and it doesn't allow a whole lot in." Maybe every once in a while when we get up to 1,000 love coins, the wall drops and something comes in, but then immediately we're back to 0, so those walls go back up. So the thing that we can do, and I feel like with them looking in a lot of different areas for love with that 3 of cups, like, they're don't feel worthy of receiving love, so I feel like they have that on their side to work on, and possibly you do too if that resonates of like, "Okay, let me bring this feeling of out of balanced, um, giving and receiving into my consciousness and go, who was it that I had to overgive to? Who was there more than one?" And then we do this forgiving, we release them from this out of balanced, because we can have some resentment, we can have some feelings of abandonment. We forgive them. We realize that they were only doing what they knew how to do because they probably had an out of balanced, you know, um, giving and receiving that's been passed down from generation to generation to generation. So, like, okay, you knew what you knew. It wasn't personal. I can forgive them and release that energy and come down to one. Even forgive yourself. Of like, we might have judgments against ourselves for this, but we just have this forgiveness. We release it. We allow that to go from 1 to 1,000, all the way down to one. Click the save button. And then when that goes down, the little inner child throws the chalk that it's been hatch marking and keeping track of that 1,000 coins, and the force fields disappear. And then love is able to come in. But if you do that, that'll allow love to come in for you, but if they are still not dealing with that, they still have a force field that you can't go in to them, right? Because they're keeping their little inner child's going, "No, no, no." So if we have our inner child going, "No, no, no," and their inner child's going, "No, no, no," that's why no matter what we do, we can't come together, or we can't have abundance, or we can't have these things. So that is what they have for you, Kritika. I don't feel like until that there's not going to be communication until, or any significant communication of any kind of allowing love in or out, until both of you would do that within yourselves. So I don't feel like I don't see I see you doing that and doing that, but yeah, because you have the 5 of Swords, which is conflict. So I see you doing that on your side, like looking at your love for yourself and your transformation and you doing those things. I don't really see them like sparked to inner work or inner growth. I feel like they're so distracted by the outside world. I just don't feel like they will do that for a while, until they get tired of having disappointment in the outside world, which I feel like they're kind of stubborn, and I don't feel like they'll do it, you know, here in the near future. So that's what's coming through, Kritika. I know, but at least you know what you can work on for yourself, because maybe that will bring in, other love. If they're not, that's okay, because what's meant for you will never pass you by. So if they're meant for you, they'll be working on that stuff. If not, then you'll see, like, okay, they're still off doing that stuff, but I can find someone who is and is more in alignment with your journey. So I like that for you. All right, Kritika, some many blessings to you. That's what they have. So Dijona, you are up next. Let me just take a sip here. Sorry, didn't mean to slurp there on the microphone right there. All right, so Dijona, what does Spirit want you to know right now? See anything else? Okay. All right. So it looks like the energy right now, we have a kind of a slow moving day here with the Knight of Pentacles. Things just, slowly moving. The world seems to be moving really slow in the outside world, and that's okay because you've got the moon card here, which is Mother Luna. It's like a day to take care of you, to give yourself some mothering. And it's a good opportunity when things are slow for you to dive deeper into the unconscious and the subconscious here, what's below the surface here, and connect higher and, to the moon energy, see things from a higher perspective. So it's a nice self reflection type of day. I feel very mothering, though, a lot of mother energy here. And with the King of Pentacles, not the King, sorry, the Knight of Pentacles, it's a reminder that we change from the inside out, not the outside in. So even though you're doing a lot of inner stuff, it does take time for things to show up on the outside world. Um, but I like it for you, a day for you. I like it. Just try to take as much alone time as you can just to rest, rejuvenate, and mother yourself. So I like it, Dejona. I know, right? Woohoo! Yeah, permission. Nope, nope. Sorry, everybody. Go away. All right. So many blessings to you. Angel Bliss. Hello, hello. You are up next. All right. And you'd like message from your guides. Let's see what we have coming in here for you. All right. You do have the High Priestess. I almost feel like you and Ijona are soul sisters today. Because the High Priestess is about you stepping back, taking time for yourself, and connecting to the higher realms, going behind the veil, diving deep, really looking at yourself and some wonderful reflection. Because we have the King of Pentacles, which they have these wonderful wisdom of from the outside world, and especially here with the uh, getting to know your worth in relationship to the outside world at a different level. So I like this kind of alone time, this alone period, being invited inward to receive information here from spirit around your worth and your relationship to your worth to the outside world, and looking at your capital S self worth inward and upward, allowing it to the foundation of that to be rooted in the unconditional, eternal love of up above instead of the retail price of the outside world, which we're taught, right? We're taught to define ourselves by what's the value of us to the outside world. That's retail. That's not self worth. That's retail price. And so it's this separation of those to see what the difference is. Unstable, ever changing, marked up in price, clearanced, donated to Goodwill. All that happens in the outside world. But in the inside, inward, upward, we find that we're priceless and we find the value, our true value in the inside. So I feel like that's what this, invitation of going inward is about there. So I like it for you, Angel Bliss. So many blessings to you. And let's see, I did have a donation that popped through here. All right. So, love1234, thank you for your additional donation. Starfall, we'll be back to you here in a momentito. All right. And then LA, you'll be up after that. I mean, after Love 1234. So Got a couple donations, and then I'll be back to you, Starfall. All right, Renee. You don't never have to apologize. We are going through a wonderful ebb and flow of life. All right, let's take a look here. All right. Let me see what these other cards are here. So, your first question, we have the Lovers card here. So, why are they, why is there an increase? Um, I feel like it does have to do with intimacy. It does have to do with this contact here. But I don't feel like it's like we were talking about what it was. But I feel like whatever this interactions are, whatever this was going on, and not sure if there's been like, um, you know, any others within the last 6 months, but um I feel like there's this uh reaction from it. I'm trying to be discreet, but I just feel like because of intimate contact, there, other things come about. It doesn't necessarily need to be what, this is. I feel like that it will be negative, but there's still going to be like, oh, okay, because of this, going on and stuff. It's like, all right, so this is where this um, stress and different things kicks in. I just feel like there's a lot of stress, a lot of things that uh lower the immune system, that we get sick, like, I don't know, is it mono, I don't know, there's just different things like that. So anyway, and you know within the next 6 month, with what you're talking about there, I don't feel so. We've got King of Cups here, which is balancing heart and mind. We've got the the Judgment card, or the um the 8 is normally the strength card, that we talk about with your job. But this is the Justice card with the balancing here of the scale. So here we've got two cards of balanced and everything there. And then we have the Hermit card too, which is making sure you're resting and taking care of yourself, having your alone time, having this turning to spirit and allowing them to guide you on your path to. This doesn't mean you become a hermit, but taking care of you is really emphasized here too, which is, allowing things to, be guided and have this uh, like space to rejuvenate, to recharge, to find peace. So kind of it's almost like a self-care kind of thing, but balance, self-care is definitely here for that. So I don't feel like that's a positive um like result type of thing. I feel like um it's a positive thing for you. I don't feel like that you have to worry about that with all of this. Of course, what I said about your first reading all applies about medical, right? So uh definitely, I'm sure you're um under medical supervision, so just definitely look at stress. Stress is so, if we realize how much fear impacts us, which is what is at the root of stress. Stress is fear expressed. And, it's like root, we can start to feel the alarms go off, and, everything happen there. So, um, that's what's coming in there. So, West and Wewagzation and balance, like Elmer Fudd. So that's what's coming in for you, love 1, 2, 3, 4. So balance, self care, and balance. All right. So many blessings to you. Hang in there. And again, thank you for your multiple donations as well. All right. So, LA, you are up next. So, you have the question about Shania above. Correction. Where's the alarm? Where's the alarms? You're like, alarms don't work with you. I'm trying other things to get your attention. All right. So Shania reached out to you through your mom. I've been trying to keep pressure going. You text her, no response. So yeah. Okay. So let's take a look here and see what's going on with Shania. All right, let's see what's happening here. Oh, okay. I see. She just has this little full life here. She seems to be fine here with this. Um, oh no, is she pregnant again? Let's take a look here because we've got the Page of Swords. I feel like you will get communication from here soon, but with the Page of Swords is new communication. But I think she's got some love stuff going on in this world card. Endings and new beginnings, old ways ending, beginning. I feel like her life is just full of so much stuff happening that she's just having trouble staying above with it all. Just super, super, super like busy. Um, and you know how it is. I feel like when they find, I don't know if they were with their baby daddy or not, but I feel like that maybe they weren't, and they found a new love interest, and so they're all, of course, when we have the newness of a relationship, we everyone, the world is, it's like, in a restaurant, when they ever have these, love story movies where everyone else disappears in the restaurant and they're in it all alone. That's what they're showing me in my head there, so I feel like that's what's happening there, and, I feel like, she's also has some with the 7 of Swords, some conflict, and this is where I feel like where she's missing and not being able to keep up on a lot of communication because there's a lot of beliefs and things and everything going on with here. Um, oh yeah, well that makes sense here, and we've got uh, this is the King of Pentacles too, the King of Pentacles, but we have the Ace of wands and which is a new passion and stuff, and I almost feel like does she just find out she's pregnant again? Um, and so, or there's something going on with baby too, but I just feel like there's so much that's happening, and the King of Pentacles is like a full life too. Like there's so much going on, and there's just so much that's happening with the direct people around her that even though she like wants, a life outside of it, I feel like that her life is so full of things suddenly. And that makes sense with the lovers too. If he's like, you need to pay attention to me, 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 that would make sense too. Like, and then with the baby there too, either another child coming in or or the baby's taking a lot of extra attention as well. So it's just life is full, and I think we talked about that. If they're bringing back to me that there was, their life was so full, and that they would love to have you in it. In fact, it's even like if they won't communicate with you, it almost takes like a drive by in a nice way, you know, and just um, or like, um, because you said you've been texting it, you might even try calling him if you haven't. And even if you want to say, like, if you're able to drop something off for, like, I want to, drop something off for your baby, or drop something off for you. I got these wonderful bath salts, or something for her, not something for family or for the baby. They just were like, no, 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 make it about her. Because I feel like she needs to have an identity outside of mother and lover. And I think she would like that. Or, hey, can I stop by? And oh, yeah, you want to pamper her. So maybe soon, right? You'll be able to do that, and you know, or drop off a coffee, or um, something that you can do for free. If you get it, like, if you're able to, even like if you're physically able to help clean, or something. If you think about, if you were a mother with a fairly young child, it's like, what could help bring some relief? Just say, hey, I was wondering if I could come over, and I just want to, just hang out with you, but I'd love to help you with, if you need some help cleaning or anything. I know it's, overwhelming. I like to do what I can do. I'm not able to do other stuff, but I could help you with this, whatever it is that you feel you could do. But yeah, or soon, if you're like, no, that's okay, but I'll wait till I some of these uh, you know, case close, and then cha-ching, taking you out to lunch. So, I like it. So I feel like that's what's going on. I don't think it's like they're blocking you, but, um, something that you can look at with it all too is, you know, when we're feeling blocked from somewhere, we it always happens for us, right? Um, we can look at it and go, okay, what are my fears? And let me look at that. And then, is my inner child blocking me? Is there something I can release, around forgiving others, or forgiving myself, or forgiving a situation, that will allow things to the block to disappear? Because if there's a block, um, generally it's going to be on our side. But you'll know too when you sit with it, you'll know if there's something that you can do with it, or if it's their inner child that's not allowing them to have help come in. And you'll know because you'll feel it. If you feel like, you know, yeah. So if it's like, it's, people, she must hate me, or da 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 da. If you look at it and of course, turn it around and go, how am I not being the friend that I'm wanting, and being the friend to you first? But after you sit with it, it could be that your all friends are being kept away for her journey too, but you'll know it. So when you have the fear come up, okay, that piece is mine, let me work on that. After you transform that, if there's still a block, you'll sit with it, and you'll be like, no, this is not me, this is spirit and her inner child going, no, no, she's on her, uh she needs to experience this to the fullest. And you can't, bring assistance yet, because she wanted this extreme thing. But soon you'll be able to, you'll know. So yeah. So you can look at the fears and see where the root goes back, because it goes back further, right? So if we're thinking about recent, in the last decade of things, but emotionally, if we go back to, when did I feel that way, when I'm 7 years old and younger? I mean, like, oh, so the abandonment feeling I'm feeling from these friends, is actually rooted deeper, and they're just a ripple and a reflection of a deeper emotion from someone else, even. So we can be like, is it abandonment from family or friends, or parents, or someone when we were younger? it'd be 7 years old and younger, and then we identify it and go, "Oh my gosh, this is the source." And then once that transforms, it ripples out through your life too. It's amazing our human existence, our emotional child, our mental child, that develops between 7 and 14. We're such a complex machine, and a complex being that when we start realizing how it works more and more, we start seeing everything in the outside world being pointing us to a map somewhere in our life to go, oh, okay, well, that trigger is coming up. Is this back here? That trigger is this back here. So much is formulated and bouncing around in our subconscious from the first 7, 8 years of our existence, even in the womb. We experience things because I know a lot of my mistrust of men came from my mom's mistrust of her husband, my dad, when I was in the womb because he cheated on her in between my older brother and me. And so I felt all this, natural sense of mistrust from the very early ages. So there's a lot that we can look at, but I love the freedom that comes from it. So hopefully that helps, LA. And again, thank you so much for your donation. I greatly appreciate that. And I love what's coming your way. More and more lovely adventures in great ways. All right. So that is what we have. Starfall, you are up next. Let me take a quick sip here. All right. So, how does your relative feel now that you're in no contact? Relieved? You fought a lot. Oh, okay. So you did the cutting off, huh? Chop, 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 chop. Let's see how they feel. And what else Spirit wants you to know here? Well, they feel alone. We have the Hermit card, which is this peaceful inward. Both of these are inward reflections. The High Priestess, she goes inward and upward to connect with the higher realms, go behind the veil, dive deep into the subconscious. So some alone time, the Nine of the Hermit, the alone time, connecting with spirit. So there is this. Um, I wouldn't I wouldn't say relieved, because now they have other feelings that are coming up around being left behind and abandoned and stuff that goes way, way, way back before you were even, in their eyes, or a sparkle in their eyes, or whoever it may be, right? It's like, it goes way back before, um, and, so their, feelings are this stepped away, this independent, alone journey. So, which is positive for them because then they will look at, um, eventually. I'll correct that. They will look at when they have enough abandonment and rejection feelings in the outside world. They will go back and eventually find the source to transform it. Um, and Spirit, of course, is saying, how do you feel now that you have no contact? And, because the fighting is symbolic of when you say a statement like, and this is everyone can relate to this. When I am fighting with someone, I'm really fighting with myself. I'm fighting with these thoughts and these beliefs that I have in my head. And that's what's battling. My thoughts are battling with my thoughts about what they're thinking. And there's this battle that happens. There are fears are triggering, and we're in fight or flight, and they're in fight or flight. And so when both people are in fear, then we fight, right? Because it takes two cats to have a cat fight. Otherwise, the cat is just freaking out on its own, right? So cat fight happens when we're both in fear. And so when we realize, okay, this no contact might lower the amount of time you're both in fear, which is great because when we're in fear, we're not thinking clearly. We're in our little 2-year-old cat with their pet cat mind, just hissing, trying to feel safe and secure again. Once we're in quietness and we're not in fear in the moment, then our intelligent, compassionate, loving part of us returns. And that's when we can look at and question our fears and go, what was I fearing? Why was I in fear? What was triggering? Because like, oh, they were triggering me. No, people just do things that then we are triggered. People don't trigger us. People's actions and words exist. But when they go into our filters, then that's when our alarms go off, our triggers go off, going, I feel unsafe. And so it's like, okay, why was I feeling unsafe or out of control in this situation? And let me transform that, because that's what we can do. Because, like we talked about, if I have a fear that triggers and I have fights with people, even though those sources of actions and words that come in that triggered me are out of the picture, guess what? My little child self still wants to deal with that and have that stuff come up. So what are they going to do? They're going to bring in other messengers from other places because, like we said, we can run, but we can't hide. And our child self will bring in more situations to have these things triggered because it doesn't want to hold on to these charged emotions anymore that it has done in the subconscious. It's like, I'm tired of carrying these around. They have this big backpack full of rocks, and they're like, I want to get these rocks off my back. And I'm going to keep bringing people to tell you that until we do it. Right. So it's great. It is happening on purpose for a purpose. So spirit is guiding you back to yourself because this wasn't about them. This was about what's existing within you. So that's what's coming in, Starfall. So hang in there. We all go through it. We all have little rock backpacks that are huge, like those, how you see those people who are hiking and carry tents. We have these big things that we get rid of off of our back through time that we just kept on piling on in our earlier childhood. So, but that's what's coming in. We went deep on that one. So many blessings to you. All right. You're very welcome, LA. All righty. And we are to, there we go. Happy pill. Happy pill. Let me take another sip here. So, what life changing opportunity is coming your way? All right. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. All right. Okay, cool. Well, I like this here. You've got this Three of Cups is like this group finding a soul tribe, but not like it's more of a soul. I don't know how you'd say it. Just three of you, so it's not like a crowd. Which whenever I'm a huge introvert. I like my alone time and sitting in my bubble with spirit. And so whenever I get messages of you're gonna find your soul tribe, I'm like, oh God, no. But they're like, if they say it's just two, I'm like, okay, I can deal with that. That's what I feel here. Is that you have two individuals that are coming in that are kind of like a best friend type of feel, where it's just like three peas in a pod where you guys really get each other and there's no romantic connections or anything. It's like it's almost like, you know, siblings, but healthy sibling relationships. But it's like chosen family that you choose, and all three of you are looking for each other because you're looking for someone who gets you, who understands you. And I like this. I feel like it's important for you to do something that is your passion, something you enjoy, because that's where you meet them. The 10 of Wands here is like a lot of activity, a lot of that's what this is coming through is um, living your passions, because it's like doing things you enjoy, and you meet people. These, I feel like you meet one doing something you enjoy, you meet another doing something else you enjoy, but all three of you end up having something you all three enjoy that you do together too, whether it's painting or coffee or whatever it is. There's something that draws you together. and I like this. So this is a great opportunity because it feels very supportive, and it's the three of you are putting your energy forward together, and I kind of feel like that's what this 10 of wands here is too, is instead of it being you putting in all 10, it's like someone puts in 3, someone puts in 3, someone puts in 4, which equals 10. I know I'm good at my maths, right? But, it's like you're able to really multiply what you're able to do together versus trying to do things on your own. And I like it. So I feel like this is a great opportunity of feeling supported and feeling like you have couple individuals that have your back. Even it's even like, blood, they say blood is thicker than water, but your chosen family, it's because they chose you. It's not obligation, it's choosing. And I like this, that you all know each other really, really well. So that's what's coming in for you there, Happy Pill. So many blessings to you. All righty. So continue moving down. Up, LA. Thank you for your donation. You're welcome, Starfall. And and just Kritika Sayani, you'll be my next free reading, just to keep everybody where I'm at. And thank you for your additional donation, LA. So if you give Shania a dollar, I'll get what her boyfriend react to it. Would he take away the money? Uh, I hear ya. Yeah. Let's take a look here. I feel I don't even have to pull cards. I feel that. I feel it. That you're like, it's almost like you have to buy the gift and not give them money. But yeah. Because I feel like she would react to gifts, like the Wheel of Fortune comes in here. I like that. After your Wheel of Fortune turns and all that comes in, I feel like that she definitely would feel fortunate receiving anything, because I feel like she feels like she's alone in it. But I also see the Emperor here, which this is that energy of their boyfriend, where they're like, I'm the emperor, all the gifts come to me. I am the ruler. That's the kind of energy that, when you were talking before, that I felt is like they are the ruler, and me, 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 me. This is all for me. And if there's anything left over, then you guys get it. So I feel like it would be like she felt like she would have to, what would they call it? It's like, here's my donation to you, my lord. It's like almost like she would do that. And we've got the justice card here, balancing things out, and creative ideas. I feel like here is like you would have to really see how you would bring it in. But I feel like, oh, hopefully in a good way. I feel like, she's has her chosen path, and she's wanting to experience these things. Yeah, power of choice. So I like that this is coming in here, because this is movement and victory, but there is this, you know, energy of our we all have our power of choice in each moment. And we are the ones that put the wow, and you got 4 major arcana out of 4 cards. It just hit me. Because we get to choose what story, what emotion, what, you know, um, energy we put in, and what actions we put. And we all choose our journey before we came down here. So, not that it's not callousness of like, well, she made her bed, she has to sleep in it. It's not that. It's like she chose this classroom, so you can't take the test for her. It just realize, okay, because when people sign up for like microbiology, and they're struggling through the class, it can go like, well, you signed up for it, so it's your own fault. That doesn't help. But in our mind, we can go, well, you did sign up for it, so I'm not going to feel bad for you, because this is what you want. You want to take that class because you want to be a marine biologist or whatever. You do have to take this for your whatever you're wanting to do. So I get it, but you can support her during it, if she's ready for that support. But I feel more so that it's that you would, with this creativity coming in here with that justice card of all things, that it's, yeah, not giving money, but doing things. Yeah. Well, oh, it's starting to rain out. I'm like, I hear some outside my window. It sounded like something was tapping on the window. And I'm like, I don't see anything there. Is there a ghost? But then I saw the raindrops. They're getting your attention. But, that's where it's being supportive is you can think outside of the box, the well, the me not being a bother is my best way to support. No. That's our self-worth kind of thing we can look at. Because when your mind gets going, you can be very creative, right? Like, you can just go, trust spirit, trust your gut, and like as soon as you have the money come in, you can go grab her and say, I'm gonna take you to lunch. So I'm taking you and the baby to lunch while the boyfriend's doing whatever, and so I just wanna spend some time with you. And then when you're out, go, I wanna buy you an outfit, or what can you use? I wanna give you a gift. And if she's like, "Well, money is good," and I'm like, "No, I want this to be for you and the baby. So let's go shopping." Or, what can I get you? What do you need? What do you need? Right? And you can do that. And I know you. You can be you know, you can be your own little emperor when you want to be, right? I know. I can sense your energies, so I know you can do it. Um, but I agree with you, 100% that the money, if you gave them money, it would just go into the account and it would not be just for them. It would be the boyfriend who'd use it for what he wants to. So if you want it to be specific, then definitely, you can get creative and think outside the box and do it that way or a way like that. So I like it, LA. hmm And what is it? It's a mirror. Because I can see it in you because I know that's within me too. So definitely not judging there. I know when I put my mind to something, get out of my way. So there we are. All right, LA. Thank you again so much for your additional donation and much appreciated. All righty. Absolutely. I love your huge heart. All right. So Kritika Sayani, you are up next here. So who is coming in your life and blessings coming in your life? All right, let's take a look here and see what spirit wants you to know here. So who is coming into your life? We've got the justice card here. And, this actually, usually the eight is the strength card, which is connection to your higher self and the balancing out here. So I feel like who is coming into your life right now is spirit, is your higher self, is your spiritual entourage, is a new word I want to use. Usually say spiritual posse, but spiritual entourage feels like we're royal, that we have this entourage of spiritual beings that go with us and help us in our life. And they're helping balance things out here for you. One thing that I would encourage you to do is to ask them to come into your life every day, if possible, of your own free will, asking them to come in and help bring in things to help you have your highest experience, to help balance out, you know, these experiences that you have in your life. So I like it because there is this respect that they have for our free will, and they won't meddle in our life besides what we asked them to do before we came down here. And just, stepping out here, I've got my calendar shows July 2nd. It's 12/21. So there's 21221. So if you're seeing like a lot of repeating numbers, that is spirit trying to get your attention. And just a reminder, it's like someone that they're in the room with you and you're struggling with something, and they just want to make sure you know that they're there to help you if you want. They're all that's when we get angel numbers, because they're just kind of like, kind of, subtly trying to remind us that we're here for you. You can ask us for help, and we're dying to help you. So all you have to do is ask of your own free will, and they will bring you signs, answers, help you with things too. So I like that. That who's coming into your love life right now is your higher self and your spiritual entourage, because they want to help you raise your love vibration, your self love. Because otherwise, if we do what we've always done, we're going to get what we've always gotten. And they're like, you've had enough of that. So they're wanting you to spend time with them to raise that up, so that then you will draw in someone who is more in uh like someone who you deserve, someone who can give you this higher vibrational relationship instead of this lower vibrational relationship that has fighting and selfishness and um, you know, betrayal and whatever in it, right? And it is reinforced with your other card, which is the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight out of them all. And when we get these, it means things in the outside world come to a very slow movement, so that they can not have things come in that are not at the vibration level that they are wanting for you, that your higher self is wanting for you. And so that's what's been triggered there. So it is does bring blessings in, but the thing that is important right now that they're saying, like, higher vibrational stuff will come in, but we've got to raise the vibration. Otherwise, you're gonna keep on bringing in lower vibrational things. So that's what's coming in, Kritika Sayani. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So, Magician, you're up next. Ancestral and Spirit Guide Messages. Let's take a look here. All right, just one card. All right, well, it's a clear message. We've got the Three of Cups, which is joy and celebration, but it's a special card that can also mean your spiritual entourage. This is a card that came out in a special reading I did the first time I had people who were on the other side come through for someone. And the Three of Cups represented this trio of people, loved ones on the other side, that this person had known that had passed. And so it's them making themselves known. And then it became to represent the whole spirit, excuse me, hiccup, the whole spiritual entourage, which is your guardian angel, all of your angels, your spirit guides, your loved ones on the other side, your ancestors, and a whole slew of beings of unconditional love and light that are wanting you to know that they are around you. And like we were just talking about, that you have the capacity to ask them for assistance, to ask them to meddle in your lives. I feel like they're nudging me here to pull from this Talking to Heaven deck from James Von Prague. Uh, and let's take a look here and see what message that they're wanting to bring through here. They're kind of short messages. So, yeah. So this is from a loved one on the other side. Look at all those beautiful sunflowers, if that's a message for you too. But it says, I have no more earthly worries. So if you have wondered about someone who has passed, um, or you have any fears around, um, sorry, they're in like alphabetical order. Sometimes I have to focus. Or you have fears about death. It says, I have to be honest with you. Life was very stressful for me. I probably should have been more open and forthcoming about my feelings, because I held them in most of the time. And that was damaging for me physically and emotionally. I will admit to you now that I was deeply afraid during my life. I was afraid that you and others wouldn't love me if you knew who I truly was. I felt like I was deeply flawed and didn't want you to know. Now that I'm here, though, everything's turned in a completely new direction. I now see that I had nothing wrong with me except my belief that I was flawed. And that belief caused me to act in ways that were hurtful to myself and others. And I apologize for hurting you. I thank God that I have no more earthly worries and I can now express myself fully to you as I truly am. Now that I no longer am concerned about others' judgments and don't stress about money, work, or day to day life, I'm completely carefree. So I feel like that's an important message. If you have a loved one on the other side that resonates with, then definitely take it that way. But I also feel like they're giving you a perspective of heaven, so that you can see how carefree life really is and that all these worries and all the stuff we have here is in here. It's not really out here. So I like that for you, magician. That's what they have for you. So many blessings for you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. We got Golden Mystic. Hello, hello. And anything that comes out. All right. Well, that's what came out here. Anything else? All right. Wow. All right. You get gifted with 3 today. Okay. Well, that makes sense. So the first card that came flying out of the deck was the 9 of Swords. So there is this ending of nightmare, insomnia, and overthinking, and having a lot of fears of the supposed to be's, the should be's, the need to be's, the have to be's. Your little hermit's journey, where you've been looking at these and releasing them, is bringing in some movement for you here in the wonderful cup world of emotions. You have the Knight of Cups, so movement of emotion, movement of pursuit of, all knights are in a quest and a pursuit, and this one, quest after the Holy Grail, the chalice, higher love. And so you have these fears here that have been relieved and moved out of the way, which are allowing you to move into these higher feelings of love and self love and understanding yourself more. I know with the turtle, it might have felt like, oh my gosh, there's been this long, long journey to get here, but so worth it, right? And the turtle brings in this interesting connection with emotions and the moon for you too, because the turtles, no matter the size of the turtle, if you count the all the little ones all the way around, that equals, I think it's 28 or 29. It's the number of days of a moon cycle, and there will be 13 big shells on the back, which represent the 13 moons that we have within a lunar cycle year. So I feel like it's important for you to understand and track the moons if you're not already, on a daily basis, to see how the emotional moon energy is influencing you, because you are not crazy. You just feel a lot of the emotional movement. And especially with this clarity that's coming in, I feel like your emotional, empathic abilities are just multiplying. And so you're sensing the changes of the moon mood on everyone else too. So I feel it's important for you to know that. Because here's your higher self, the King of Wands, spiritual energy, the highest energy we can experience. So definitely this drawing up of to your higher self here comes in with all of this, realizing where you're investing your energy also expands and influences it. So, excuse me, not only is the moon energy influencing you, it's bringing this awareness with the King of Wands that they hold the wands, right? um, and that whatever we are focusing our energy in this moment is what's growing and expanding. And so we know that if we're focusing in our fears, like that 9 of Swords, we're feeding them and they get bigger, and we're drawing those things in we're afraid will come into our life, and we're repelling things out of our life we feel will leave. Things that we feel are missing grow even more things to miss. Things we hate bigger, and we realize, wait a minute, if I focus my energy with my magic wand on what I'm grateful for, I have more things to be grateful for. The example Spirit has been bringing in has been like a little kid walking into a bakery, and they have the glass cases and the donuts are in there, and the little kid is pointing, donut, 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 donut. And so the baker goes, "Oh, okay." And then they load up a dozen of those donuts to give it to him. And they're like, "I hate those." Like, "Why are you pointing at them?" Tell you what, they say, "Point at what you love, and I'll give you a dozen of those." And we're like, "Oh, all right." So we focus on what we're grateful for, not what we're missing or what we don't want. We focus on what we do want, and we get more of those. So I like that for you, Golden Mystic, and that's what they have for you right now. So many blessings to you. Hey. All right. Esther E, you are up next. Let me just clear my throat here. All right. So, Esther E, what months of this year, remaining of the year, can you look forward to? Let's take a look here and see what they have here. All right. So they give you they don't give you a month to be um a specific month to look forward to. It's funny because they're giving you the King of Swords, who not only rolls swords, but co-rules it with the Queen of Swords, but I'm sorry, he also, because he co-rules it with the Queen, but all the kings are given a second portion of air, so they're the master of thought. So double air, and then they give you the Queen of Cups, and the Queen of Cups co-rules, of course, the cups with the King of Cups, but all the queens are given a second portion of water. So she's the master of water. So you have the master of emotion and mind coming in here. And I feel like their message to you here is all about that you get to choose what story you put to anything. You get to choose what emotion you feel as you go through it because you're the master of your thought. You're the master of your emotions, and so it's almost like they're saying, like taking an opportunity, your spirit guides are to be, I don't know, flaunt some wisdom, drop some wisdom for you instead of giving you specific months and days and things, because they're basically saying you can look forward to every single moment, every single day, because you're the one that puts the story to it. You're the one that chooses the emotion. So theoretically, they're dropping some theoretics on you that you could choose that whatever comes your way, you could put a story of this is for me and it's beautiful and abundant. And the emotion I'm going to feel is gratitude. We could live that way the rest of our lives. Now, it could get boring after a while because, like, what? No drama? Let me just add some drama in. I want some spice. But just having in the power knowing that in any moment, no matter what comes our way, we get to choose what it means. Even though we're given a lot of with our emotions, thoughts, even our energy and our actions, we're taught so much popular opinion that when this thing happens, this is what it means. When that thing happens, this is how you're supposed to feel, what you're supposed to do with your energy, and what actions you're supposed to do. But there's a lot of different opinions around it. We just have popular ones that we took on out of fear. We didn't know any better as children. We just took other people's opinions as our own, even some contradicting opinions that are all bouncing around inside. And we've decided, like, okay, this is my opinion on that, but we can change that. That is our opinion. I can change the story, change the emotion, change the energy, change my actions. And so they're saying here you can look forward to every single moment. You don't have to fear the future anymore, because when we are caught up in this popular opinion that it has to, should, need to, have to, must mean that, or I have to feel that, then we feel out of control. We feel like a puppet with strings, that whatever comes our way, I have to act this way, I have to think this way, I have to feel this way. But when we take our power back and we snip all those strings on the puppet becomes like Pinocchio, becomes a real boy. We become real. We get to choose. We get to live our lives instead of the lives we think we've been told we have to live. And then we no longer fear what's coming our way. We usually fear what's coming our way because if that whatever comes around the corner is going to determine my actions based on opinion. But now, whatever comes on my way, I get to decide, so I don't have to fear it because I could choose to fear it if I want, but I also can choose to be like, you're nothing. I get to choose, right? So I like this empowerment that's coming in here for you, Esther. Hopefully that makes sense. So many, many blessings to you. Hey, Queen of Hearts. Thank you, Golden Mystic. Many blessings to you too. Appreciate that. All right. So Shirley, hello, hello. And you'd like to ask, will your income be increasing soon with your business? All right, let's take a look here. Let's see what they have to say here. That's a lot of cards. Let me just shuffle these up. All right. Well, we like it. You got wishes come true, 9 of Pentacles, being independently um, secure in your finances and stuff in the outside world. So there is this, definitely this the hope and the dream and the possibilities for all this to come in here. One of the big things that, with energy, with all of the just the energy that we have, it's like whatever we focus on is what does grow and expand, right? And so I probably have repeated this so many times in this chat room because this is what comes through. It's such an important lesson of our life or awareness for our life. And it's a tool that bears repeating over and over again because for us, but anyone else that's listening too. So surely you can go, yeah, I know this. So just be patient with it because I feel like it's for more than just you and me. But when it comes to income and hoping things increase and get better, when we focus our energy on gratitude for what we do have as much as possible, then we tell the universe, I love being grateful for abundance coming in. So can you bring more abundance so I can be even more grateful? They're like, yeah. But if I'm focusing on like I feel like I'm lacking, I feel like I don't have enough, I fear that I'm not going to have enough, then we're telling the universe, I really enjoy fearing I'm not going to have enough. So can you like make it shaky and really make it like I can't like I don't see that the income's increasing, and can I, look at the different things you know uh different like again what I'm missing, what's in my life that I don't want. We're focusing on that, right? Like we were just talking about a little kid going into a donut shop who points at this donut in the little glass case, and so the baker gives him a dozen of them. Like, oh, no, I hate those. Like, why are you pointing at what you don't want? Point at what you do want, and I'll give you more of that. And so when we're focusing on gratitude, I'm focusing on abundance, I'm focusing on what I do have in my life, and joy and happiness and laughter, then all that gets multiplied and I get a dozen of those donuts, which are those really good donuts that we love. So that's what's coming in, Shirley, and for whoever else that was for. Whatever we focus our energy on is what grows and expands. And so we're taught, of course, to focus on our fears when we're growing up, fear what's coming into our life, what we feel will leave our lives, and what's not working the way it's supposed to. And then we feed it and we grow it. But what helped me, which I talk about a lot too, is whenever I want to change a habit, how do you change a habit? It may be different for other people. So you can look at how do you change your habit of focusing on fear, and it's fear and victimhood, to focusing on abundance and gratitude. What what can I focus on? How do you change your habit? For me, repetition. I learned it through repetition, being inundated with the same thing over and over and over again. So I need to inundate my mind over and over again, and I do it with my phone because I have my phone with me everywhere these days, like everyone else. And I would put a silent vibrating alarm because I didn't want to disturb meetings I was in, or irritate other people that are around me, but it would vibrate and it would go off, it would get my attention, and I would put it for every waking hour. Sometimes I would do it every half hour that I'm awake, because the more I change my habit and the more I'm focusing, it's like, we have a habit that creates a groove, and it just, things naturally flow that way. And if I have a little tiny little groove, where's it going to go? It's going to go into the bigger groove, because that's the bigger one. That's where things normally flow. But if I make this groove bigger, then things will start flowing that direction instead. So that is what they have for you, Shirley. But I like the positive outcome that they have coming here for you. So many blessings to you. All right. Hey, Queen of Hearts. Hey, Tayshawn. Well, hello, hello. All right, Julia, you are up next. Hello. You like a message from your spirit guides regarding regarding committing to Leo. All right. Let's see what we got here. Anything else? All right, I guess so. Well, I feel like they show you the possibilities here with the 10 of Pentacles. The 10 of Pentacles is the overflowing outside world here. You can see here, you can see a little better here, mama, baby, partner. Usually there's like a family tree, a home, a dog, it's like the complete full life, kind of feeling. So that's a very positive thing for me, saying it is a huge possibility for that to be there. And here's the Queen of Wands. So where we focus our energy is what helps things unfold. We make things happen. Connecting to spirit, trusting your gut, and trusting your intuition. Connection to spirit is a huge piece of her existence, but she's able to super focus her energy. And wherever she focuses, like we've been talking about a lot today, like if I focus on what's missing in a relationship, then more of that comes in. When I focus on what I'm grateful for, more of that comes in. So being aware of, do I have fears? Do I have doubts? Do I, have concerns? Are they doing things I don't like them doing? Or are they not doing things that I want them to do? Well, we tell the universe, I like it when that happens. Can you give me more of that? And it's like, no, I'm grateful that they do this. Then more of that will happen. More of that will come in, because we're showing gratitude for things. So we focus on what we want more of, not what's missing that we don't want more of that we will get, because we're focusing on it. We want more of what we do want. So I like that. But that 10 of Pentacles is like, hey, it is possible for this full life with them, but it's about gratitude for what they are giving now, not focusing on like, ugh, where are they falling short? When are they gonna get up to, what I'm wanting from them? Well, when we focus on that they're falling short, we're telling the universe, I really like that they fall short. Can you have them continue to fall short and maybe even fall shorter? No. All right. But that's what's coming in, Julia. So I like it. So many, many blessings to you. All right. Yay. I'm glad. So that will just continue to expand. So I like it. I like it. I like it. All righty. So, Dai T, hello, hello. You want to know, what do your spirit guides want you to know? Let's take a look here. All right. What else? So, they definitely want you to know that this journey that you've been on has been for you. The devil card is like you might have been in this little shaking and rattling of your life, because the Saturn energy that comes with this Capricorn type of energy is about, cutting away thoughts and beliefs and mindsets that no longer serve, things that have been making you feel like, um, restricted and trapped and chained, like, the people are here. They serve us a purpose of shaking our cage to show us that we're in our cage. They rattle our chains to show us that we have chains. And so this, you might have been having this not so subtle actions coming in where things are in your face, where you get like uh, either witnessing like five friends going through the same thing, or your interactions with five people is the same, and like, what is going on? Oh, I see now. You're showing me this pattern, so I see it because, that we as humans, we have so much going on. They just really need to make it obvious these days because there's so much activity. They have to just like inundate us with the same message several times to go, I get it. I see it. I see it. So whatever's been happening has been coming up on purpose for you to be able to release old ways of thinking and believing that don't serve you anymore, which are going to be bringing in the Ace of Pentacles, new opportunities, also new ways of looking at your worth in relationship to the outside world. But new opportunities are arising. So just trust that, when we do the work, we get the reward too. This can be new abundance coming in along with new opportunities. But the Saturn energy, that's what they do. They're the work master. They offer us going, if you look and question these beliefs and let this stuff go, here's the gift. And so that will be coming for you, which I like. So that's what they want you to know right now. Dai T, some many blessings to you. All right. So, Krista Lee, BI, you are up next. Hello, hello. Any possibility for love this summer? Let's see here what Spirit has here for you. There is the possibility of love. There's just a little bit of work that, of course, gets to be done. The 10 of Swords is letting go and releasing. This is like the I'm sick and tired of trying to live up to this supposed to be, should be, need to be, have to be, must be about who I'm supposed to be in a relationship, who they're supposed to be in a relationship, what a relationship is supposed to be, and how you're supposed to meet, blah, 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 right? All that stuff that just sucks the life out of a relationship and out of love. So this brings this freedom, the ending and new beginning. And the Eight of Pentacles does show you put in the work, the blood, the sweat, and the tears on releasing these things, the mindsets that no longer serve you, the emotions that no longer serve you, even relationships that no longer serve you. It allows the movement to happen in the outside world and bring in love for you. So it just requires some letting go and movement because you don't want the love that you've had in the past. We don't want to do what we've always did and get what we've always gotten. This is this releasing these weights, releasing all those thoughts and beliefs and all that and emotions that don't serve anymore to raise your love vibration to draw in something more in alignment with what you're wanting. So that is what's coming in for there, Crystal. So many blessings to you. And we'll continue moving down the list here. So Aprilia, hey, hello, hello. So your party went well, excellent. Just not many people. Well, I always say the perfect people showed up. The important people showed up. That tells you a lot, right? All right. And you want to know, how does Sarah currently feel and think about you? All right, let's take a look here. Wow. So we've got here the judgment card is double endings, double new beginnings. There's like this calling higher, seeing things from this higher perspective, but they're like being drawn. It's usually their higher self calling their human self to a different, like a calling. So the calling. Okay, so whatever they feel that their calling is, wow, they're investing a lot of their energy into here. You've got the King of Wands, which rules over all the fire, the ambition, the passion, and all of that. And I just feel like they're investing a lot of their energy into what they feel their calling is, which I feel like we get this. Like they keep choosing this to define themselves in their life, and it's like all their passion they just pour into that, right? I feel like this is like a repetitive story. I feel like I want to pull another card here. or two. Well, and then you got swords coming in here. So you got the Queen of Swords, which balances heart and mind, and you've got the Ace of Swords, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective. The Queen has the Ace of Swords here in her hand. It can be new communication coming in, but I just feel like it's about seeing things from a different perspective, and about chopping away the supposed tos, the shoulds, the need tos, the have tos, the musts, and seeing things from a different perspective, from a higher perspective. But there is this balancing of heart and mind that is required here. But I just feel like that they can't balance their heart and mind. Oh, okay. Yeah. So we got the Saturn, the shaking and the rattling that's going on in their life here. So, all their thoughts, I feel like they're trying to balance their heart and their mind, but they've got all this challenge that's coming in with the Devil card, showing them these. I feel like they define their worth so much in their work because it goes back to their childhood, and very much it's like the attention they got was like how they did in school, how they performed. It's always been about. Um, and they're kind of reminding me of my childhood a little bit, where I felt very alone growing up, where teachers became such an important piece of my worth, because they paid attention to me. I did well in school, that made me, when they gave me attention for doing well, I even went even further to do really, really well. And then when I graduated school, it's like, who are my teachers? Who's those authority? Well, my bosses became those people, and I feel like this is what they go through quite a bit there, Aprilia. And I feel like there's just so focused in on that they just can't see beyond that. I feel like I'm gonna pull an oracle, but I want you to choose it. It's gonna be between 1 and 9. So if you are here, pop down below, if you want, which oracle, 1 through 9. So I'll keep looking there if you're not here. But I feel like that's the message, but I feel like there's more. But I feel like it's important. Oh, yeah, it's important that you choose what the message is. So I like that. No more waiting. It's all you making a choice. So, all right. So we'll keep looking here. So, Daisy, you are up next. So, what does Spirit want you to know about all areas of your life right now? Oh, that's it? Just all areas of your life? Okay. All right. Let's take a look here and see what they want you to know. What they want you to know. All right. So, we've got the Four of Wands, joy, happiness, celebration. So, I like that. They're just like, you know, celebration, joy, gatherings, positive gatherings. So nothing, I don't have any fear coming in here. The moon is, don't be afraid of the unknown. The moon is, there's like the unconscious here, but you have Mother Luna, you have support, you have this, spiritual entourage that is always around you. So, with the fear, because that's what nervousness is fear, is, the moon card is like sometimes is about the hidden, the unknown. And I feel like that's what the big fear is. But when we live in the future or the past, we're either in anxiety or depression. um, but when we live in the moment, we realize I have everything I need right now. You have overcome 100% of everything that's ever come your way. That's not going to change tomorrow. You are able to get through anything. You're not only a survivor, you're a thriver. So, whatever comes your way, you're going to be fine. You're going to get through it. It may not be what your ego or whatever, whatever our mind thinks life should be. But by now, we know that when our brain battles reality, it loses, but only 100% of the time. So just know that whatever's meant for you will not pass you by. Whatever unfolds, you've got this. You have the ability to overcome anything, and you will. And I like the spirit always tells me, "You're either gonna get through it, or you're not. In either case, you're gonna be fine." And I'm like, "Good point. I'm either gonna get through it and life's gonna be fine, or I'm not gonna get through it. I'm gonna be dead, and, I'll be on the other side causing, haunting everyone here." So, it's a win-win. So, whatever unfolds is gonna be perfect for you. Yeah, and you have the star card. Dreams come true, wishes come true. Hope, hope, hope. Balance, balance, balance. Connect to your higher self. So, deep breaths and relax. Deep breaths and relax. All right. So that's what they have for you, Daisy. Many blessings to you. All right. All right. And we took care of that one already. So, Jennifer Simpson, you will be up next here. All right. And you want to know, will CJ unblock you before Christmas? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, with this, I really feel here you've got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, balanced communication coming in, and the Six of Cups, someone returning from the past. So I feel like there will be an unblocking and there will be communication. There may not be any presence, but I feel like unblocking will happen with all of those cards. But I don't feel like it's not a reigniting of things. It's just more an unblocking of things. And, like they're just like, okay, I'm not going to be so, I'm over it. I'm over the angst. And they're clearing out the people they've blocked. I feel like they've matured and have peace of mind to where they're okay now to open up. And, but I don't feel like there's going to be like, like you're going to be like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Jennifer. So many blessings to you. And then Hamant, you are up next, I think. All right. Actually, Hamant, you came back just in the nick of time. So glad you got your homework done. And so we are to you here. If I can find you again. Oh, there you are. So I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. And you want to know if you and Safalta get back together in a relationship. And if yes, when? It's been 4 months, 9 days we broke up. Oh, okay. The last conversation to her was a week ago. Okay, let's take a look here and see what we've got here. I don't see that with these cards coming in here, I don't feel that you guys will get back together. And the reason why I'm saying that, the Three of Pentacles is about you being true to the authentic you. And I feel like with what you've been working on, what you has been going on in your life, even homework. This is actually the like schoolwork and higher education card too, which is funny. But the Three of Pentacles is about you being true to the authentic you, and you've been doing work on yourself, and you are evolving. You are like going through a transformation, like a caterpillar goes to be a butterfly, and they're not. I don't feel like they are making movement. It's like if two caterpillars go, you know what? We're going to grow together. We're going to go into our cocoons. We're going to become butterflies and we're going to go places. And it's like, yeah. And then you're like, all right. And so you start building your cocoon and you're in there and you go through this transformation and you emerge a butterfly, but they're still a caterpillar and they're even a bigger caterpillar and they're eating more leaves. And you're like, where's what's going on here? I thought we were going to be butterflies together and be able to go and travel as butterflies. And they are like, well, I just didn't want to go through all that. I just decided being a caterpillar is enough for me right now. And you're like, well, I'm a butterfly. One, I can't carry you. My butterfly wings are strong, but I cannot carry you places. You never see a butterfly transporting their caterpillar friends, because they just can't, and they can't go. You don't see a butterfly walking along with caterpillars because now they have wings to fly. So this 3 of Pentacles is about you being true to your authentic butterfly self, and the 8 of Pentacles is like things changed and you can't become a butterfly and go back to being a caterpillar, and they are not choosing to become a butterfly. So that's why there's this parting, because they can go be with caterpillars, but you get to go be with butterflies. And so that's what's coming through, Hamont. It's you won't be back together with them, but you've had the journey with them that you were meant to. But now you're going to have someone who can go the distance, someone who can fly at the level of you that will be coming in. So you will be meeting a butterfly soon that has also gone through transformation, that it does want these things, do want to head places. So um, someone who's more fitting for you, more compatible. So that's what's coming in, Hamant, for you. So I know it's like, but you're like, you're probably going, yeah, I see it. And it's okay. The butterfly can have a little butterfly tear as it's flying away. But then it's like, woohoo! It's going to go flower to flower, nectar to nectar, fluttering over streams that a caterpillar could never go over. And you're not even realizing things that would you wouldn't be able to do before are no no effort now. But a caterpillar would drown if it tried to go through a stream. But a butterfly goes over and goes, oh yeah, that was a stream the way back there that I didn't even realize I went over the stream. So challenges for them are not challenges for you anymore, and it's meant. So that's what's coming in. Many blessings to you. It is what it is. Yeah, exactly. So, all righty. So many blessings to you there, Hamant. All right. So let me just see where we're at here. Okay, I do see your extra donation came in here, so I will grab that here in a sec. Let me just find out where I'm going to next here. Okay, we took care of those. We took care of those. Okay. All right. So Blueberry, you'll be the next free reading coming in, but I do have a donation that came in. Oh, no, no problem at all. Because I've hit my 2-hour mark, so we don't know how many more free readings I'm going to do. So I definitely want to complete yours. All right. So thank you, Love123, for your donation. And let's take a look here. All right. Oh, okay. So for number 1, and of course, for these questions, my former disclaimer applies to all these around medical. All right. Okay. It's number 3 and number 4. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. So for number 1, we got the 3 of Wands. And so the 3 of Wands is about a different direction. So I don't feel like what you're thinking it is what it is, because the 3 of Wands, of course, is about a shift in direction, a shift in perspective. So it's like, well, I have three it's like you have 3 choices to go, and it's like, well, it's not those, it's another option coming in here. So that's what's coming in for that first one there. So that would be a no for that. It's something else. Okay. And then number 2. I was going to say fear, 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 fear. We have the 10 of Swords and the Magician card. If you want to, you can. Would you like some? Would you like some scary some scary news? 10 of Swords, you have plenty of it available if you want. But this is growing, this is stress, this is sick and tired of feeling sick and tired. Fear, 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 fears, fear, 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 fears. And here's the magician: whatever you focus on grows and expands. So it's like, if I don't want this, then what do I focus on? I focus on gratitude for health, not for healing, because healing, like, and it's funny, when I first heard it, I go, well, that's just semantics. But the more over these last months that they've really shown how much our energy does everything, it's like, if I focus on healing, it's like, please give me healing. I'm telling the universe, I really enjoy healing. Can I have more healing? I really enjoy healing. And then, so what does that tell you? Well, I have to give them stuff to heal from because they enjoy the healing process. And we're like, no, wait, 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 wait. Uh, I am grateful for the health. I'm grateful for perfect health. I'm grateful for perfect health. I'm grateful for the health I have. I'm grateful for 2 beautiful eyes, 2 ears, and we do all this, right? And so it's like, okay, I see how we go here. Yeah, that you want it, that you want more of it, right? Yeah. Well, it'd still be the same thing, right? Um, if we focus on it, if we focus on, um, healing, and we focus on, it's not like, whenever we're sick, because I grew up in the Christian world where there was like, don't confess it, don't. And it's like, well, they were almost like, deny it, don't deny that you have health problems or whatever. It's like, no, you can be grateful for health. We don't have to like pretend it doesn't exist. Just we don't want to grow it. And so um we don't want to feed it. But we can still also go, why am I getting sick? And get to the root of it so that we don't get sick more. Like, if I'm stressed all the time and I'm getting sick all the time because my immune system's low because I'm in continual fear, or I have a digestive issues because my digestion system shuts down when I go into fight or flight, or my body is being pumped all the time with all of these, adrenaline. I feel my muscles aching because that's what happens when we go into fight or flight. It sends a lot of stuff to have us do it. So whatever we focus on, and so we can get to the root of why I do it. In a great book, if you ever have. um, and you don't even need the book, but you can even search online. Louise Hay, beautiful, beautiful. You can. It says you can heal your life. She talks about in here the emotional reasons behind our diseases, which she also has a disclaimer at the top that seek medical professional, da da da. But you can even search the internet and go, like, um, it's funny because I had a friend who was having hyperthyroid. And when you look at hyperthyroidism, it's basically going, when is it my turn? And it's interesting that the emotional messages, and it's like, what? And someone else had like liver issues, and it had to do with anger and hatred, and that's where it stores it emotionally. So I really like that. It's very, um it just takes it out of, where we're focusing our energy. I'm focusing on solution, like long-term solutions for symptoms, but I also am great focus on gratitude for health at the same time. So it's that balance between those there. So I don't see, like, they're not going whoop whoop whoop, but they're just, of course, your spirit guides. If you want to, you can. There's an opportunity. Would you like to have some scares? Here you have a whole vending machine if you want to put money in and have it. So they're funny. All right. And um I don't feel like, with your third question about, do they have either one? This is mental conflict. This is, um, again, it comes back to thinking and stress and kind of energy that comes in here. I feel I don't I don't I'm not getting this feeling that they have that. Um, it just feels like there's this conflict that's going on here, mental conflict, stress, mental stress kind of comes through with the 5 of swords with that. So, I don't know, I'm just not getting a clear, like, that's what's going on with them. And then number 4, so number 4, we have their so will it be the same? We've got actually, the 4 of Pentacles, which is about stability in the outside world. So, I don't feel I feel like there's gonna be this change. Again, 9 of Wands coming in, which is the barrier with the power of energy and choice, right? Whatever we're focusing our energy on, there's an opportunity for this balancing to come into your outside world, but it's about getting beyond these barriers of belief and whatever we're focusing on, right? Because if but with the at the root of our fears is a fear of not being worthy of things, like fear of abundance, fear of relationships, fear of health, a lot of those things, you know, um, it's all about worth. If do I feel I'm worthy for it? Do I feel, you know, wherever I'm focusing, like I said, it's all about fears, if I'm focusing on all the things I'm afraid of not happening or happening, I'm going, I would like more, please. Like little, what was his that was the orphanage, Oliver Twist? Is that what it was, the little movie? "Can I have some more?" It's like, you don't want more." But the 4 of Pentacles, um, it would be within norms. The 4 of Pentacles is balancing out in between norms. That's what it's all about, right? Within the norms. Um, so, um, but it has to do with your energy because things move slow when we're focusing on the low. Oh, I like that. Things move slow when we don't put the low in slow. when so we focus on the low vibrational energies, things drag out. When we are able to raise our vibration, yeah, yeah, trust me, the higher vibration, then we've got this things move faster and things move up, right? So it's our energy and there's no right or wrong and there is no judgment, from the spirit world in anything. They're like, when we ask, well, should, and they're like, I don't know, whatever you want. There's no right or wrong. This is all a huge um video game that we're playing, and these are avatars that are playing it. It's not real. The reality is our higher self. This is all pretend. If you take a microscope and get into the cells of our body, you're going to see it breaks down and there's space in between everything. There's just this vibration that brings things together that we are pretending really exist. And it's amazing when you get into, all of the atomics and nuclear stuff um and my brain went totally blank on there's one that's called uh, I can't think of the science right now, but it's all about when they're observing um, cells or energy, it acts differently than when we're not watching it, and it's amazing. I can't think of the word right now, but um, it's amazing just how it all works. But yep, yep, yep. I forget there was a movie that came out that talked about it, and I was just blown away. I'm like, yeah, it's whatever our intentions are, we influence things, and when it's not being looked at, it acts differently. So we are co-creators so much, it's amazing. But that's what's coming in love 1, 2, 3, 4. So I feel this is a wonderful, wonderful learning experience for sure. Whoa. Yeah, temperance, balance, things going back and forth, taking their time. Yay! We're the alchemists, changing a base metal into gold. It begins with a D. Dynamics? No, I forget. It's called something. Anyway, it'll come to us if it's important. But that's what they have. And again, thank you so much for your multiple donations. Love 1, 2, 3, 4. Much love to you. All right, Blueberry, you were up next for the next free reading, and I am doing well. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, been a long time. Um, oh, you didn't ask a question. You're just saying, "Hey." So good to see ya. Maybe you've asked something further below, but I'll get to that there. So, Morg in the Void, you are up next. Hello, hello. So, you want advice on your relationship? Should you keep trying to resolve your current conflict? All right, let's see here. Is it for your highest experience to pour more energy into this? What does Spirit recommend here for you? Anything else? I guess so. All right. Well, you've got a lot of energy being invested here. You got the King of Wands who rules over the wands, and the Eight of Wands, which is this fast moving, a lot of energy. The eights, though, when I saw it, because I see you walking away here, that because the Eight of Cups, the Eight of Pentacles, the Eight of Swords is all about movement of energy, movement of leaving, like leaving emotions behind that don't serve, leaving thoughts behind that don't serve. Eight of Pentacles is, learning and movement and leaving old ways behind. And the Eight of Wands feels that way too. Leave the energy behind now. You've invested enough energy. You don't need to invest more energy into it, right? It's like you just um it's like you've given the balanced amount. You've given enough. In fact, it feels like you've given so much towards it that it's like it takes two people to resolve a conflict, not one. You can't you can't force anyone else to resolve in that. In fact, I feel like I want to pull a lover's oracle here, whether it's lovers or not. Um, it's all about love, love, love. So let's take a look here. It's like this is the card that stood out with the burning heart here. And it says transformation. And it says, your relationship with one another is about to deepen. Love conquers and transforms all things. So that tells me, we can try to change people's minds, but that never works. Um, it just when anyone tries to change our mind, the way we're looking at things, that's where conflict happens, right? And so we can't change other people's thinking. We can only people change when their heart changes, and we can only change someone's heart by giving them unconditional love. And that's what I feel. Love transforms it. So it's like if you truly want to resolve, it's letting go of all the convincing and like you need to think my way, you need to treat me this way, all the supposed to, shoulds, need tos. It's all about unconditional love. If you can give unconditional love, then that sparks unconditional love in other people. And then we change from the inside out. That's when change happens. But trying to change it from the outside in, 0% success. They might act like they're changing. Um, or if someone changes, it's because they were wanting to already anyway. It just happens to match up. It's like, oh, look, it happened. And they're like, it's like trying to train a cat. And you're like, "Look, I trained the cat to go over there." And the cat was like, "I was headed there anyway." It's like that's how it works. You can't really uh, very rarely train a cat, right? But so I feel like that's what they're giving the advice on the relationship. If you truly want to resolve conflict, it's get out of your head and into your heart, and it's unconditional love. No supposed to, shoulds, need tos, have tos, musts, and it's just allow it to be whatever it is. And then with that freedom, that's what brings it and transforms it. And then there's no falling short. Instead, we're um, being appreciative of who someone is instead of where they're always, like I said, falling short. So that's what's coming through, Morg. So hopefully that helps. Many blessings to you. All right. Let's see where we are at here. All right. New love. So you are up and you want to know, hello, first of all. So will you have to start the FV program or do you have a full-time job instead at the time? All right. Let's take a look here and see, based on current energies, what is coming forward for you here. All right. Well, we do have higher education here with the Ace of Swords, seeing things from a higher place, but this can mean higher education. So it feels like if there is this, if the FB program, I'm sorry, FV, not FB, if the FV program is about more knowledge, more learning, certification, if it's some sort of training, then yeah, then I feel like that starts in there, and if success comes with it too. The victory card here, so I do like that. Sorry. um, and there is this energy here of, because this is Leo energy of like a child's curiosity and awe and excitement about possibilities. I mean, I got a baby here too, so I have this inner child energy that's coming in too. About, I don't feel like there's a right or a wrong choice, but I feel like what you're being nudged to, I feel like the FE program would be something that is more exciting for you. Like, I don't feel like you want to go into a full time job yet. I feel like this other program is something that really interests you that you would like to do. Like that childlike wonder of like, this is like helps me towards my dream. If that is this program, that's definitely reinforced there. And I feel like that's the direction to go in. All righty. So that's what they have for you, new love. So many blessings to you. All right. All right. Marie Jones. Hello. Hello. Hope you are well as well. I am well. I'm not a expert, but I feel I'm well. But don't take my word for it. All right. And you would like a general reading for July. Absolutely. Let's see what else here for July. I feel like you have peace of mind. What brings it in here? Oh, right. Wow. Well, July looks really enjoyable here. You've got the Four of Swords, which is peace of mind, and you have the Ten of Cups, which is overflowing emotion too. So it feels very positive here. And the Four of Swords is, usually there's someone asleep on the Ace of Swords, which is about seeing things from a higher perspective and cutting away fears and thoughts and beliefs that no longer, serve you. Those things, expectations equal disappointment. So I feel like you've been working on that and you've been cutting away things because you have this mental piece that comes in and you have this emotional overflow too. So I like it. It's cutting away all of those opinions of trying to control everything in the outside world according to those opinions we were given growing up, and just have this, I'm enjoying the moment. I'm not living in the past or the future. I feel like you're living a lot in July in the moment and you're enjoying things. So I like that for you, Marie. So many blessings to you. All right. So continue moving down the list here. So we completed those. Right, and Peru, you are very welcome, and thank you. I accept all of those blessings of abundance. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Much gratitude to you too. Thank you. Right. So we're getting toward the bottom here. So thank you guys for your patience. I just want to make sure I'm not overlooking anyone here. All right. So Joel Bays, if I'm pronouncing that correct, your question is, will you catch up with your financial challenges? Dear, 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 dear. I'm hearing the banjo, the battling banjos. You're in a battle with your finances? Let's take a look here. We do have eventually here. You got the Seven of Pentacles, which is the last thing that grows on the fruit tree is the fruit, and you also have the Hanged Man, which is about delays and transformation. What comes in here? It's like you eventually catch up, but you can catch up faster. We were talking a little earlier about wherever we focus our energy is what impacts timing in our life. So when we are focusing on lower vibrational energies, which are connected to fears, then that's like anchors. It draws us and makes things go slow. The more we raise our love vibration to a higher vibration, then things move faster. How we do that is, if you haven't been listening throughout this entire time, they so my apologies if you have and you're like, I know you don't have to repeat it, but I'm repeating it anyway, just in case. But so when we focus on things that we feel we're missing in our life or that will leave our life, our energy repels that out of our life, but also the missing stuff we're telling the universe, I enjoy missing, like, or like I feel like I'm having financial challenges. We're telling the universe, since I'm focusing on the challenge side, like I really enjoy a financial challenge. Can you give me more? Right. Or if there's stuff in our life we hate, I'm like, I really enjoy hating things. Can you bring me more things to hate in my life? But when we focus on gratitude, like if I focus on I'm grateful for the finances I do have, for the flow of income that's coming in, we're more grateful for those are the positive, higher vibrational things, unconditional love, joy, laughter, peace, all the gratitude, then that we tell the universe, I am really grateful for these things, and I enjoy being grateful. Can you bring me more things to be grateful for? Then we have that transition and things speed up more. The example I was given earlier is like a little kid that goes into a donut shop and they're pointing through the glass case at a donut going, looking at the baker, and the baker goes, "Okay," gets a dozen of those donuts and hands it to the kid, and kid's like, "No, I hate these." And they're like, "Why are you pointing at them? Point at what you love, and I'll give you a dozen of those. Don't point at what you don't want, because then you end up with a dozen of things that you don't want." So I like the power and the energy here. I feel you will catch up. Like it says, there's this delay, there's these things. And usually when that's happening, it's because it's happening for us so that we can learn these things, to drop these things, to have more higher vibrational things come into our life instead of attracting the lower vibrational. So hopefully that helps, Joel. And that's what they have for you. Many blessings to you. All right. Eldona, hello, hello. Hope you are doing well as well. Actually, zero people before you now, Eldona. You will be the last one for this session. So before I do that, though, I just want to make sure here that everyone knows we've got 1 day left today to get into the weekly drawing that I give away, some personal recorded readings. I'm giving away a total of three different types of drawings. So you can check out the video if you're interested in getting in to those. It does include this playlist, so I'll put it here, but this also includes the June monthly readings and then also the summer winter solstice. Excuse me, hiccuping for that. And then the I do put out a monthly, I mean, or sorry, a weekly pick a card reading, at least one. And this week's was who can use your help and how can you help them? And I have a ton of other pick a cards. So if you want to check those out, you can also visit my main page, and all my playlists are there. I do have them split out by like relationship and career, life, purpose, abundance, things like that. And then we also started a new series each week called Take 10 with Zen, which is like videos that are 10 minutes or less that talk about how to connect higher with the higher spirit world, how to know more about our own selves, and then any also answer questions from my subscribers. So if you want to check those out, that's the link there to the playlist. I'm sorry, that's the link to the actual video. The playlist is listed in the description box of this video. But episode 1 was about dimensions, 2 was about spirit guides, and this one is about is love real? And I like it. So you have those that are available. Okay, yeah, I just see that came through here. Love 1234. So we will take care of that there. Sure. I appreciate that. So I will finish up Aldona's the free reading, and then um of course I'll honor your donation and complete that one. And if anyone else wants to make a donation, I will complete them in this session. Otherwise, I shall return this evening at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. All right. So Aldona, you were asking a general reading. Absolutely. So let's see here, Aldona. What does Spirit want you to know? All right. So you've been having here with this Knight of Pentacles, it's been slow moving. It's been like things have been going, very like the outside world is like at a snail's pace, right? So it feels like you're like, "Oh my gosh, when are things gonna pick up?" Well, good news is with the 6 of Swords, this is a movement card. So things are picking up pace here. The more that you're, this is leaving behind 3 swords, heading into 3 swords. The 3 swords that you're leaving behind are old fears, old things that no longer serve, and then you're able to move forward into new thinking. So there's this movement of thought, and you're moving from choppy waters to calmer waters. There's this movement, and that can mean movement in the outside world as well. Like you can move locations, you can be traveling, change jobs, change relationships, because the mind, things start off as an emotion that go into a mind that turns into action, and that's what's coming in here. So I like it. The waiting period is over, and so we're ready to move forward. And I like it. So good news there, Aldona. So whatever you've been like feeling like's been really slow, you're about to see things pick up, and some positive changes being pouring out into your outside world too. So I liking it, and that's what they have for you. So many blessings. Hey, Lisa, I'm all done with free readings since I'm at like past 2.5 hours. But if you want to make a donation, I will complete it during this session. Otherwise, I shall return in less than 6 hours for my evening session if you want to attend that one. Or check out Pick a Cards if you are looking at that as well. All right. So, love 1234. Thank you for your additional donation. Greatly appreciated. And your last one for now. You're funny. Okay. Let's take a look here. Well, let me just reshuffle these. All right. Let's take a look here. So let's see just what Spirit wants you to know around that. Okay. And then will you be in the clear? Okay. All right. So we've got here the Chariot card. So this is power of choice and movement. and the Knight of Wands. Fast, fast movement, movement. So I feel like if you do offer that, I feel like that there is this fast movement of things. It speeds up things um, with this situation here, and we have the nine, which is the Hermit's card. So this is more doing it alone here. So I don't feel like they want to do it like together. Yeah, yeah. And I feel like that this is like these choices and these things that come in here, but I feel like they're like, no, I feel like they just want to go. They they want to do it by themselves. I feel like they feel it's faster because it's almost like trying to coordinate together. They're like, I know I'm doing this on my own. You do yours and I do mine. Type of thing. And then for your second part of your question there, we got the judgment card here, which is double endings, double new beginnings. Um, it's almost like dink dink, two X's. So what does that mean? Does that mean clear? Two clears? There's two X's here. Let's see what happens here. I just want clarity on what that means. I'm like, is that like, what is it? America's Got Talent, Britain's Got Talent. Like, so like, is that two marks against, or is this two marks for? What, tell me, is it like like getting a strike here? Okay, it feels fine here because you also get the Eight of Pentacles, which is positive movement forward, and the Four of Cups, emotional stability. So it feels like that things are going to be fine here with this. Um, yeah, yeah. I just feel like, yeah, and it's all power of choice that comes in here too. Well, you got another eight. All these eights coming in. We have the leaving behind emotions that no longer serve and moving forward. Um, I don't know which card. I would imagine if I'd have seen, challenging cards like like sword, like 5 and 7 of swords, or 3 of swords, or it depends on the energy of the card too. Sometimes I can get a card that's very positive, like the Sun card, but sometimes it's like, well, this is all about the subconscious and getting into the subconscious and the child and different things like that. And you got the Six of Pentacles, so equal giving and receiving. So positive cards are coming in here. I'm not getting anything like super weird, but let's pull an oracle. So choose between 1 and 9 if you'd like. I don't mean to be bossy. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. Which is the Law of Positivism Healing Oracle. All right. So let's see. What's their final say so in this, right? All right. Here you are. Here's the two peacocks. No, I'm just kidding. I connect with the strength and wisdom of my ancestors. Card number 50. Oh, it's the last card in the deck. Wow. Okay. So your physical and emotional body connects to your ancestral heritage through DNA, inherited codes of experiences, and the land that nurtured your ancestors. This connection is always with you. You have an inherent strength and wisdom, not only through your soul's journey, but also through the knowledge passed on to you. To heal in this present life and embodiment, there must be healing throughout the lineage. We are directly transmitting and experiencing our ancestors without consciously being aware of them. There can be grief and anger, fear, and other stored emotions, which will be passed on to future generations unless they heal. You can also connect to your ancestors' guidance, wisdom, and strength. So, this is coming back to the emotional source of dis-ease and impacts on our bodies. The ancestors can appear to us in spirit form in dreams and in signs and are part of us, just as we are part of them. Giving gratitude for everything they have done, even if we don't know their names, and calling upon them will help our holistic healing path, not only healing yourself and the future generations, but also the ancestors that have passed. And it talks about connecting to the ancestors. One, you can create a space in your home with items you want to dedicate to your ancestors. You can use photos and symbols as well if you have them. Number two, call upon your ancestors to come to your dreams. Number three, practice meditation that takes you back one generation at a time and clearly shows you who your ancestors were. Ooh. And number four, study your history, your culture, and language. Ask about your ancestors and write everything down. And the symbols on here, the peacock here is the angelic realm in the Kurdish Yazidi religion, the grandmother, ancestral wisdom, lineage, and healing. And then the Kurdish sun, I talked about the sun, rebirth and transmutation of the soul. So, but I feel like this is coming back into what we talked about before with that, he- the emotional source being, um, looking into the emotional source of whatever is going on. And you can just search, like, you can do Louise Hay, and then, if you need a name again here, um, and just you can do Louise Hay and then just put, emotional source of bleh, and then you'll get a bunch of results, just whatever resonates with you there. So that's what's coming in there for you. All righty. And I know, Elpedia, you did not return back yet. So if you do, if you watch to the end here, um, I did ask you to pick a number for an oracle. Since you didn't make it back, I think it's about you making choices. So that's what's coming there. Hey, Mark, I did complete yours, probably, I don't know, within the last 30 minutes. So definitely completed that. You are very welcome, and thank you for your multiple donations. And thank you guys so much for all your love and your support. I'm going to head off for this afternoon. I shall return in about, it's almost 2 o'clock here, in about 5 hours. So I shall be back. Yeah, no problem at all. And thank you guys again for all the thumbs up that you give the video. It does help spread the Zen love. And so thank you for being part of the love tsunami. It just allows YouTube to share more of the videos with other people. It spreads the love. And just know as you're going throughout each and every second of every day of your life that you are unconditionally loved by the mother and the father of all things. And of course, I love you too. So until I see you guys again, have a great rest of your day or night, wherever you're at in the world. And until I see you again, much love to you. You hang in there, you take care, and we'll see you soon.